Hi, I'm Mendez Nay Pier, Mr. Napier to my students, and we are working on level 5 of 1-point perspective. Let's do one more thing. Let's make this a ground line. Make that our horizon line. Let's go ahead and offset our vanishing point. Let's go ahead and start with a letter. Let's make it the letter S. Everyone who works on block letters has their own favorite letter that they want to make. Usually it's in their name. Hey, let's use, how do you do the letter Q? Pretty much if you can do letter S, letter Q, let's do N. Bubble letters will also work. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is create shapes. If we have shapes, then we can turn those shapes into forms, and that is what we're trying to do. I'm going to go ahead and put my vanishing point here. Because my horizon line is low, I'm not going to be able to see the top of my shapes, which for the moment is totally fine. Remember, every corner and the top of every loop is going to run to the vanishing point. So we already know that in something that is elliptical, we're going to follow the same pattern as what's going on in front and do the same thing with squares, parallel, parallel. And if we want to be able to see through this circle, which we can, we're probably going to end up seeing about that much of it. All right, the letter N, parallel to what's going on in front, parallel to what's going on in front. And same thing for the drop down here. Good. And again, we don't always need to have these areas of our ground line set up. Parallel, short loop. And I'm going to end up seeing, this is where it always gets a little fun, aka not so fun. It kind of like fades in. So I'm going to see a portion of it. Question is, how much am I going to see? Probably about that much right there. And then same thing with this, it's going to fade in. So those are the parts that people get a little bit stuck on. Give it a little starfish. Everybody likes Patrick's on the shore. All right, cool. So perspective becomes fun whenever you not only know how to do this correctly, everything running to the vanishing point, heading off to a horizon line, but it also becomes fun when you start adding your own little elements, things that spice it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and create one of those elements. And you don't have to go forward. I don't have to start and always go this way. I can come from the end and work backwards away from that point. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that right now. And what are you making? You can see how it's coming ahead of our ground line, so it's moving in towards us. All right, I am going to make a pier, and if you've ever had me, one of the 3,000 students I've had over the course of a few decades, you'll know that I'm going to go ahead and make one horrible dad joke and one enormous request. My request is that if you ever live somewhere near the water, a house on the beach, maybe you have a river, a lake, a pond, that if you want, you don't have to, you want to go ahead and build a pier and call it the Nay, or it could be N-A-I. I don't really care how you spell that. That way, you'll have for yourself a Nay Pier. Last but not least, we need to figure out where our light source is coming from. The only thing that's going to tie this down and make it feel like it's actually something is to have a light source. That light source can be overhead, it could be down low. A lot of people put stuff on the horizon. Everyone wants to watch the sun go down, so, do their little embers, whatever. But that said, we're going to cast shadows away from there. Our shadows are going to be the opposite form of what's going on above. And the biggest, most important thing is going to be getting these shadows to look like they're supposed to be there. So don't forget, if your beach is yellow, then the shadow is going to be a darker shade of yellow. If the letter that you create is red, then this side is going to be a darker red. Because there's less light on that side, it's going to have that aspect. These hills over here might be green or even brown. These will be almost just silhouetted as black because there's nothing else going on in there. We'll call it good enough for today.